Hey YouTube, it's Jan, this is another video, and this is a review of Wrestlemania 21 DVD, and this is the first review of many to come for this WrestleMania season, and we got Wrestlemania 21 goes Hollywood. We got Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Batista, Trish, Kurt Angle, John Cena, JBL, and Undertaker. The spine. Here's the back. Wrestlemania goes Hollywood, Sunday, April 3rd, 2005. See the spectacle that is Wrestlemania, and all the superstars from Raw and SmackDown come together for the greatest night in all sports entertainment. There's the matches and special features. We got Batista and Triple H, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, and Stone Cold and Roddy Piper. Here's the other side. Got, spoiler alert, John Cena and Batista with the titles. I don't have the insert anymore, but here's the first disc, and it's like the Hollywood sign. I'll just put the discs. Got the Hall of Fame disc right there, disc 3, but it has like the Hollywood thing, and Christy and Trish, Edge, and the Money in the Bank, Big Show, and the Sumo thing, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, Undertaker and Ric Flair, Rey Mysterio and Eddie, JBL and John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and Triple H and Batista. And you got JBL and John Cena right there again. And this is in pretty bad condition, but this was, I'm pretty sure, like, maybe my second or third wrestling DVD that I have, but it still works. I just watched it all, and yeah, let's get this started with some information. There was 20,193 in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, where they have for the last like 4 or 5 years held SummerSlam. And just a second. The first match was a 30-man interpromotional Battle Royals, 15 Raw, 15 SmackDown. I'll tell you the guys. This was not on the show. This was on like the second disc. It was like a dark match or whatever. But we got Booker T, Paul London, Heidenreich, Spike Dudley, Nunzio, Funaki, Doug Basham, Danny Basham, Orlando Jordan, Mark Jindrak, Luther Reigns, Scotty Toddy, Hardcore Holly, Charlie Haas, Billy Kidman, and Akio from SmackDown, Simon Dean, William Regal, Tajiri, Rob Conway, Sylvain Grenier, Snitsky, Hurricane, Rosie, Chris Masters, Viscera, Rhino, Val Venus, Tyson Tomko, and Maven from Raw. And Booker T ended up eliminating Chris Masters at the end to pick up the win, and he won the Battle Royal. And then they started the show off with Lillian Garcia singing America the Beautiful. And then the first match, wasn't a dark match, was Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. And this match was a really good match. And this was Eddie's last Eddie's last WrestleMania before he passed months later. And, what was I gonna say? Rey Mysterio did a Hurricanrana and then just pinned Eddie Guerrero after Eddie Guerrero missed a frog splash or whatever. And after the match, they shook hands or whatever. Like, these dudes were partners, and then they were feuding or whatever. They were tag team champions at the time. But this match lasted about 12 minutes. I don't know how long the Battle Royal was. They didn't have a time. But overall, 5 out of 5. That was a freaking awesome match. The next Money in the Bank ladder match, Edge versus Chris Jericho versus Shelton Benjamin versus Chris Benoit versus Christian with Tyson Tomko versus Kane. And this match was the first Money in the Bank match. And it started out like this big Raw or whatever. It's pretty cool. Nobody'd seen something like it. Chris Jericho came up with the idea, but we all know Edge ended up winning, and will go on later to cash in at New Year's Revolution 2006 and become the WWE champion. But in this match, we had help from Tyson Tomko that did not work. He had Christian on his shoulders or whatever and stuff like that. But 15 minutes, it was very entertaining. Another 5 out of 5. This one of my favorite matches, probably my favorite match of the night. And then next was Undertaker versus Randy Orton, and it was 14 minutes. And Randy Orton was one of the first people coming close to beating the streak. This is when the streak started getting even more real. This is Undertaker went 13-0, beating Randy Orton. Not the best match, but they did have a good feud in 05. I'm going to give that 4.5 out of 5. And then next was Trish Stratus versus Christy Hemme, and they got about 4 minutes for the Women's Championship. And I forgot to say how the Taker one ended. Ended with the tombstone, I know that, but what was I gonna say? Oh wait, I forgot. Eugene came out and was talking about Wrestlemania, and then Muhammad Hassan came out, beat him up. Hulk Hogan came out and then saved Eugene, and then knocking those two out of the ring, Muhammad Hassan and Daivari. Then after that was the Wrestlemania or Undertaker's match, but then he hit the Tombstone Piledriver, and Randy Orton tried to do one, but then Undertaker reversed it, did it, and pinned him. And then Christy Hemme got hit with a chick kick from Trish Stratus, and then pinned her, and that was not really a good match. Christy Hemme wasn't really a good wrestler, and yeah, she's better at her announcing job that she has right now in TNA, but I didn't like that match at all. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. And then Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels is, oh my god, this match was so good. It was almost 30 minutes long. It's about 27 and a half minutes. And Kurt Angle ended up getting the win. This was two best wrestlers that WWE has. They put all out, and that they would go on to have another match, I think at Backlash or something like that, some other pay-per-view along the way, and Shawn Michaels ended up getting the win. But 5 out of 5 on that. That's one of the best technical wrestling match I've seen. And then next was a sumo match with Akibono and Big Show. But yeah, Shawn Michaels ended up tapping out to the ankle lock, and and then Roddy Piper came out and talked about Stone Cold Steve Austin in the pit or whatever. He says I want to meet this SOB or whatever, and then Carlito came out, interrupted, and then got a stunner from Stone Cold, and then Piper threw him out. And then they were celebrating, drinking beer, and then Stone Cold gave Piper a stunner. And then next was the sumo match. It was probably the worst thing that happened of the whole show. Even worse than that crappy Divas match. It was just stupid. I'm going to give that a 0.5 out of 5. It was somewhat entertaining, I guess, but not really entertaining, and it was pretty bad. It was only a minute, too. And Big Show got thrown over by that dude, and it wasn't what it was hyped up to be, I guess, but yeah. And then the next match was John Cena versus JBL for the WWE Championship, and JBL hit an FU, as you can see right here, to win the WWE Championship, and he'll go on to make it the spinner and become the biggest star in WWE today, and probably one of the top 5 biggest superstars of all time. And that was a good match. Not really the biggest fan of JBL, but this was a really good match. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5. And then the next match, or the JBL and John Cena match, was about 11 minutes, and then about 20 minutes or so was the Triple H versus Batista match, and there it is. Batista won the match, after a Batista bomb, and Batista will go on to be a pretty big star in the upcoming years. And I liked that match a little better than the Cena and JBL match, because I was more, like, I liked Raw better at this time. Like, back in 03, I liked SmackDown better, but 04 and 05, I liked Raw. But, yeah, overall, this is probably the best WrestleMania you can recommend to somebody, because you've got the high-flying action from Eddie and Ray, the Money in the Bank ladder match, Undertaker and Randy Orton, Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels with the technical match, and then John Cena and JBL and Batista and Triple H, like some of the biggest stars in wrestling. And awesome show. And I'll try to go over the extras. You have the Hall of Fame induction on Disc 3, the WrestleMania Battle Royal, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, Undertaker career retrospectives, like showing some of their stuff that they've done. And I'm trying to get that to focus. But Motorhead backstage with Triple H talking to, like, before his song. WrestleMania week activities, like showing downtown or whatever and stuff like that, signings, and then a bunch of trailers and stuff. But this Hall of Fame induction class was one of the biggest classes. Let me try to find it. I wish I had my insert, because it would say on the insert. Just a second. But this class, I know it took forever for the 2005 one to end. It took like forever for Hulk Hogan. There was quite a few people this year at this one. We had the Iron Sheik, got inducted by Sergeant Slaughter, Nikolai Volkov by Jim Ross, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff by Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart by Jerry Lawler, Cowboy Bob Orton by Randy Orton, Roddy Piper by Ric Flair, and Sylvester Stallone inducted Hulk Hogan. And it took a long time for the fans to just shut up and let him talk about being inducted or whatever. But it was this class got all but like I think all of them were in WrestleMania 1. But like, this was the first time they did it WrestleMania weekend, I'm pretty sure, and like a weekend thing for them. And now that Mr. T is signed on for Hall of Fame, they're trying to get everyone they can for WrestleMania 1, and I think they're going to be putting the match in sometime soon now that Mr. T is going in. But Paul Orndorff, Cowboy Bob Orton, Roddy Piper, and Hulk Hogan, they were all part of the main event, and Jimmy Snuka was already in the thing. But yeah, that's my review of WrestleMania 21. Overall, give it a 10 out of 10. Aside from the Divas match and the Sumo match, this has got to be one of the greatest top to bottom WrestleManias of all time. I know everyone says like WrestleMania 17, and well, I mean, I like WrestleMania 17, but like, there's stuff on there that wasn't the best, and like other WrestleManias like 13 and stuff like that, like they say they're the best. 18, I don't know, people say the best, but this has the best top to bottom card. But yeah, that's my review of WrestleMania 18, and that's about it. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, bye.